What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Fire Force, this time with Season 3, Episode 10. Pretty good episode last week, seeing quite a bit of Arthur's family, having essentially another family. Not in terms of like having another like wife or husband or anything, but having 3 other kids after just leaving him, which was crazy. Yeah, we did end up seeing Shinra forcefully making a dollar link with his brother here, which is interesting. Do let me know what you guys think about this one though down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. Oh, this girl can just read everything. To do with fire, anyway. It's a common theme going on here. This guy we're more okay with, I think. I actually like this guy. Those other 2 bitches, nasty pieces of work. Damn. So it is quite surprising how little of Shinra we've had since the initial season. And it's been a while since I watched that initial season, so I don't exactly have too much to go off in regards to him. So you say that very much doesn't sound like it's your will when you say something like that. Okay. Little field trip. Little field trip. So that's an interesting shot. To be honest, I haven't really gone like frame by frame of this opening, but I wonder why it is that we got Shinra and who I assume is the horrible girl who can calculate what we just the pink haired girl, the horrible girl we met in season 2, who can calculate where flames will end up and so on. Again, I really hate her. She's probably my least favorite character. Not in terms of like she's poorly written. It's not that she's greatly written either, but they've done a pretty good job of making her very unlikable. So, with what I'm saying. Yeah, I wonder why she is in this shot specifically. Very strange. I don't plan on trying to redeem her or anything, but because I don't think she can really be redeemed in my eyes. I don't think they will do that though. It's not that kind of setup for her character, I don't think. There she is again. It's like the only shot in this opening I don't really understand. What I will say about the season, it doesn't feel like we've I know we've unravelled some things, but it doesn't feel like we've achieved an awful lot, does it? I mean, Burns is dead. We met this dragon character. We discovered what happened with the sisters, which I think is the biggest takeaway from the season for me. I don't know, I just feel a bit slower paced compared to the previous two. Maybe that comes from a place of a lot of people were worried that this season wouldn't be long enough to cover the rest of the story. It was just 12 episodes. Maybe this is like the opposite end of that, where it's maybe slightly too long for. I don't know. To be honest, I say that I still really got it doesn't feel like we're near the end that much. I mean, yes, we've met all the pillars now, but yeah, it still feels like we're still a ways from the end. So I don't know. Bit paradoxical what I said there. So we did see Amaterasu just like die a few episodes ago, right? I was salt on my nose, I think. Okay. Now it feels like we're near the end. Just gonna take her word for it. I mean, we saw something. We haven't seen anything since, and it was just like a split second. It really is quite incredible that he hasn't just like pounced on this opportunity with this woman, because she is so far out of his league. Yeah, probably one of the most attractive anime characters in general, I think. I do kind of agree. I think that the sister is probably one of the better women as well. Both of the sisters are good choices. I'm not, yeah. Know how we all feel about Maki. This fan service. So yeah, he has revealed himself. We did see him a couple episodes ago, didn't we? Dig deeper there. Pretty sure moles can get pretty far underground, right? Right. We've had way too much information on this, haven't we? You were heading here before you met this thing, so there must have been a reason initially. Oh, the classic potatoes. We haven't seen that guy this season, have we? The big fella with a strange body. Juggernaut, that's the dude. So, like this, surely, like this. I mean, people really hate when you cut things out of their manga, but surely this could have been cut out, right? Like this is like this is just like a layup for a fat joke. It just could have just easily just got rid of this, right? Oh, that did happen. Okay. So something very important. Okay. So what is going on with Amaterasu now then? Because it powered like everything. I think they said she's now dead. Yeah, everything's still kind of okay. We saw a glimpse earlier this episode that something like things are starting to go a bit array. It seems, but is it just like the last embers of her right now, just kind of keeping things going a little bit? Oh, sorry. I just woke up from a nap. It's just the Necro lady, right? She was pretty cool. That's got a horrible design. That looks horrid. I'm not sure what he can do either. I'm not sure we've seen him in action, have we? Nor this guy. I don't think I've ever actually seen this guy. Probably why. Really now. Really. Midnight Mass. I'm still pissed about that series. About the fact that I never got to watch it because I watched the last episode first. And it just spoiled me. Maybe probably at a point right now where I've completely forgotten that final episode, so I might be able to watch it from the start actually. But stupid old me decided. Well, I didn't decide. I just pressed play, and it was the final episode I was watching. What's going on here? I'm like halfway through the episode. I didn't understand a thing. Things are going crazy. To decipher pi. I think I read something recently about a computer specifically built that cost like a lot of fucking money. That was built specifically to decipher pi to the furthest decimal, like to the furthest number of decimal places, and it was like something stupid, some stupid amount of decimal places. I think it was like 100 grand spent on the computer, and it deciphered it to like 200 decimal places or something like that. You might be able to make an exception for the end of the world. Everything. Subete. I think inevitably why this has maybe felt a bit less, I wouldn't say impactful, but less well paced in previous seasons is because this is essentially a part one. And part ones are usually a lot of the setup for the payoffs that happen in a part two. I can imagine I probably like the next season quite a bit more. So plenty of times. There's exceptions to that, but that was mostly the rule. Godfather for part two. Funny enough, Psycho for part two. Avengers Infinity War is like one of the only exceptions to that. Maybe a few movies like Scream. But yeah. That's the thing. Scream is like as a movie by itself. It's not like a part one. Whereas I do see like The Godfather as the part two. But yeah, stuff like this. A lot of dialogue to kind of set us up for the big events, for the big end game. You see that with like the Harry Potter movies, Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2. There's an extreme difference of action and so on between the two movies. Yeah, that's where we did see him. Yeah, we did see him there, didn't we? Barb. The vibrations. George, just thinking about it, I mean, the idea of a great cataclysm is interesting considering the world is covered 70% by water, right? Or somewhere around that region. And you'd think the people that could swim would just chill in the water for a while, right? I know water doesn't fully like absorb you from fire. I don't think anyway. Okay, it's not something I'm super knowledgeable about, but inevitably, like I'd think surely, well, if you turn the whole planet into a sun, of course, of course, there won't be anybody survive. But um, that's the first thing I'd do if this happened. I'd just be like, yeah, I'm going to go down the river, go down the lake, and just hide out in the water till it's all said and done. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. As usual, just gonna skip the end here. As I said, pretty like in between episode, wasn't it? Nothing kind of majorly new discovered here or anything. Interesting start scene with show, and I would have liked to follow up on that a little bit more, but didn't actually end up seeing any more of that, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, as I said, just kind of gets you from place A to B, gives characters information as that needed it. A necessary episode, not a fun one in my opinion, but a necessary one. The Great Kaiju. Ooh. I'm a big fan of my kaijus. Battlefront. What type of kaiju's this then? I mean, you see a lot of old school kaiju movies. They're usually on like random islands out there and God knows where, Bermuda Triangle and all these sorts of places. There's usually like some kind of egg or some kind of giant creature giving birth to some like baby Godzilla or son of Mothra or something. Something like that. Gamora. Looks like this is one that kind of has stayed within the ocean. Pretty cool. The enemy is on the water, laying them to restful by flight. So it's kind of hard to tell. It looks almost a bit like the Iron Giant. Interesting. I haven't seen any of the movies, but there's also that guy. I don't know the name of him. He's like silver. He almost looks like a Power Ranger. He's got like a silver. And he's really big in Japan. He's a really big kind of kaiju movie guy. We call it. A real big kaiju movie kind of star. I think he's got like 10 or more movies or something. Ultraman, is it? Is Ultraman, is that the guy I'm thinking of? I had a period in my life, I think it was like when I was like 12 or something, where I was just like obsessed with looking up this stuff. Didn't watch too many of the actual movies, but just watched like a lot of scenes and a lot of the action sequences from the movies. Ultraman. I just put Ultramone. Hopefully nothing too dodgy comes up. Yeah, there is. Ultraman, that's the guy I'm thinking of. He's also like a giant. I'm not sure he's a kaiju. I'm not really sure. Like I said, I've never actually seen one of the movies. I've just seen quite a few of the action sequences. I remember watching a lot of the Angry Video Game Nerd. He was a big fan of like kaiju movies, and that's how I got into watching quite a few of the scenes. Yeah, it kind of looks a bit like Ultraman, to be honest. Might be some kind of reference. How many movies? But I think there's like 20 of these movies or something, right? Yeah, 1967 to 2025. That is an impressive 37 movies. Probably a few maybe dodgy ones here that maybe don't count as movies, but 37 of those things is crazy. Japan loves their kaiju stuff, don't they? But yeah, thank you guys for watching. As I said, not the most entertaining episode. I'm not sure what really we learned today, to be honest. As I said, it was more just giving the characters information rather than us. I mean, we learned that the great cataclysms happen now, which is crazy, but that was seemingly the only bit of significance from the episode. Like, I feel like we could have cut this episode by like 50% and it would have achieved the same thing. But again, probably an unpopular opinion because people seem to hate when their manga stuff gets cut, when panels get left out and blah blah blah. Personally, there's a reason this happens. It's because a pacing of a manga is a different medium than an anime and TV. So you can't just have a direct one-to-one adaptation like a lot of shows do, and some fantastic shows do that. But there's also a reason shows do cut things out and make it a little bit better paced. Yeah, I mean, we met this character who supposedly is even stronger than the dragon, specifically after the cataclysm. So I've got to wonder what his ability is in that regard. Maybe something to do with I don't know. I don't really know what changes his situation so much that this guy's unbeatable. He's totally unbeatable. No one can beat him. Yeah, this guy can under these specific conditions. It's very very strange, but yeah, it's like I said, not too much today, to be honest with you. If I did miss anything, please do let me know. Let me know in general what you guys thought of the episode as well down in the comments. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. I've got a feeling next episode is going to be quite a bit more action heavy and quite a bit better, so looking forward to that one. And yeah, I'll see you guys then.